I have one in mind. Um, like to, I guess the way we communicate, we like to make you feel good. I know a lot of Libra guys like they're just charming. They just say woo woo woo, and it's just like you just feel like, oh man, everything is fun and laid back and So I think a lot of Libra men have that aspect to them. They're very just fun in the moment, but not too crazy aggressive. You know.
And back to the Libra females for
Back to
my
Libras.
ladies who want to
Okay.
know
Okay. I mean, yeah.
who they are compatible with.
Who they are? Who are Libra females compatible with?
Yes.
Um. Hmm.
Talking about 5-star compatibility, like that
Five
you
star
would
compatible.
recommend. Yes.
Recommend. Um. All right. This off the bat, like this pop in my head, like Capricorn men might work well with Libra women. I feel like because Libra women like to dress, like they just love looking good and like big in fashion and stuff like that. So to have a partner that can kind of complement that way, I think Capricorn men, they're air about them about this being very businesslike and very like um excuse me very what's the word have like a very properness about them. They definitely like to keep up appearances, stuff like that. I think that works well with Libra women off the bat. Um, Definitely any sign that's like more decisive. You know, I don't like to agree. Women could be a little like, oh, I don't know, what do we doing? It's like so that's extra with Libra women. Um, so just having a man that's very like, no, this is what we're about to do. Scorpio man. If you could deal with the radicalness of the Scorpio spirit of just like, yo, it might not make sense to you, but I want to walk on the ceiling. Let's do it. Like we gonna figure it out. If you could deal with that energy, I think that could go very well. Um, mm, to a certain level, I'll even say Aries, even though it's the polar opposite. I think that could work well. I think anybody that has like anybody who has like some kind of direction or purpose to them. Taurus, because we're both ruled by Venus, so I think that kind of goes well in a different way. Um, I think that would be a very like kind of chill, laid back kind of relationship. You know, if the Libra is naturally a homebody or just somebody who's, you know, times like this when it's starting to get cold out, I think that's a perfect, that might be a good relationship. Netflix and chill kind of situation.
Well, do you go like people read the horoscope in the newspaper? They have like the daily horoscope. I don't know if they read it in the newspaper anymore these days or it's on
Right.
the internet and stuff like that. So does that really like is that important as far as the timing? Like we're in November, and so what does that mean when you're this particular sign?
Um, for the record, I know most astrologers hate newspaper horoscopes, myself included, because not so much what they say, but the backlash of what they say affects us. So when I go, I'm an astrologer. Oh, you just think that it's November and they start going into a horror. It's like, no, dude, it's birth charts, it's natal charts, it's all this intricate stuff you don't know about other planets and other signs and how that correlates to a person. So I think generally speaking, it's nice, but if you're really trying to get if you're talking about individually, like if you're really trying to get into the essence of a person individually, I think I don't think that's necessarily the best place to go. Um, there are horoscopes that are a little more personal. Certain astrologers that do that online. Um, But overall, I mean, if the astrologer that's doing the horoscope knows what they're talking about, there might be some truth to it. Um, so I don't want to discredit it too much, but I'll say for the most part, usually those horoscopes are really general.
Super, super tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, and then also there's the aspect of you're all 12 signs. It just manifests in some way. You might have a moon. You might have a house. Like, for instance, I have no Taurus in my chart, but I have a little bit of Taurus in my 11th house. I know you don't know what that means, but just saying to say there's some aspect of Taurus inside of me, in some aspect of my life. So that whether I recognize it or not. So you can, let's say, you're Aquarius and you go and you just happen to read something on Aries and just go, this kind of resonates with me. You might have an Aries moon. You know what I mean? So it'll speak to you. So that horoscope will also speak to you. Especially if it's a moon because that's such a crucial part of a birth chart. So depending if you was to read all 12 signs in the daily horoscope, there might be a few that you go, oh, this also, and that could be very confusing. But the reason for that can be that you might have a Mars in Sagittarius.
Right, once you start getting in deeper into it, you understand it a bit more.
So, and that makes things confusing because people read it because they want to read about their sign.
Right.
So
but I guess they should understand that it's just very, 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 very basic and it's the top and it's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
So to say.
Yeah, it's I get is it a nice introduction? I don't know. Now it's like making me go back to like how I got into astrology, but it it could be for certain people, If you're curious as to why it does apply to you, then the rabbit hole just gets deeper, and you can further do research. But yeah, I won't discredit it all.
Okay, is there anything that Libra needs to know about now for themselves? Like general, like you said, the fall is here on this season and then we're getting into winter.
Is there anything that Libras need to know for